Hello everyone, my name is Lakna. Welcome to my channel. I want to talk about the full moon that's happening on December 27th. So this is the last full moon we're having for 2023, which does make it a very powerful one because we're now given the opportunity to really face this year of 2023. The moon is fully illuminating its light, its wisdom on this year that we have experienced, the paths that we've taken, the insights that have come through. This is the time where we will have this full circle combination of understanding about this year of 2023, and we can decide what we want to take with us in 2024 and what we want to leave behind. It's time for us to really think about what we want to clear out and cleanse and let go of, so we can start 2024 off super fresh and free. And the energies of this full moon are super aligned with cleansing and clearing. In Vedic astrology, this full moon is happening in Gemini, in the Nakshatra called Ardra. This Nakshatra is very fierce. It's all about destruction. And it shows us that through the most chaotic events that we experience, like thunderstorms, for example, things get destroyed, but through that we are reborn. There's many new beginnings that happen through destruction, and clarity always comes through. And one of the symbols for this star is the teardrop. And this star feels things so deeply and passionately and intensely. So when you're feeling some of those deep depths of emotion, like pain, like grief, like sorrow, and you're crying, it's not easy in that moment, and you can't really see clearly because there's those teardrops in your eyes. But after that process of crying, you have really released a lot of that heaviness. You've taken it out of you, and that water that you've taken out really cleanses you, it purifies you, and it lightens your actual body physically, emotionally, spiritually. And clarity comes through that cleansing, releasing. So these are some of the themes of this full moon, and it is very tied in with the new moon that we had. It's always really helpful to look at the new moon that you have previously to the full moon, because the energies of the new moon are building and amplifying towards the full moon. And then this full moon energy is what helps us to integrate the new moon's energy to help us cleanse and clear and release anything from that new moon that hasn't been serving us. And the new moon was in Scorpio in the nakshatra called Jesta. Scorpio is all about transformation, death and rebirth, and really accepting and facing your shadows. And the star Jesta is all about reclaiming your power. And this star Ardra is really helping us to do that through knowing that we can really withstand and go through the most destructive forces of energy, and through that we become stronger and clearer and lighter and freer and more cleansed and more understanding about our life, about our purpose, about our vision. Everything becomes clearer. We become reborn, and we become a more aligned version of ourselves. The animal symbol of this star is the dog, and this is so interesting because when I think about a dog, I think dogs are literally, they're called man's best friend. So many of us have pet dogs, and dogs are the domesticated descendants of wolves. Wolves are the more authentic, raw, free, sometimes unhinged versions of the dog. And dogs are so beautiful, like they are so healing, they are so loyal, they teach us so much about unconditional love. But oh, hello. This is my cat Tiger. Maybe he's getting a little bit jealous about me talking about dogs. But anyway, hello. Okay, this full moon video is gonna be featuring Tiger. I'm definitely not gonna cut this out because he is such a model, and I think he deserves a bit of time on the camera. But anyways, this full moon, with the symbol of the dog. So yeah, dogs are loyal, dogs are obedient, dogs are really like, so it's important to have a look at both the dog and the wolf because there's so much we can learn from both of these animals. So the wolf is so raw and pure and authentic and just really free-spirited and just really free-spirited. And it's funny because one of the names for this star Ardra is the howler. Wolves howl, like they are so free in expressing themselves, and they don't care, like they just fully free and raw and authentic in the way they express and live their life. And this is what we need to be. We need to be like that. Mercury is retrograde right now as well. This Gemini rules Mercury. This full moon is so many Mercurian themes. Mercury is the way that we think and the way that we communicate, and we're just reflecting on all the ways that we have been thinking and expressing ourselves. And if that hasn't been move on over, Tiger wants to be center stage. That is so fine. Excuse me. Yeah, it's time. Oh, see ya. Tiger. So it's really important to think about this energy of the wolf, who is so free-spirited and authentic. And Ardra is ruled by Rahu, which is this, Rahu is super rebellious and innovative, and really Rahu carves his own path and shows us the path that we're supposed to take in this life as well. And in order to do that, we can't be listening to anyone outside of ourselves. All of those answers come from, I mean, people do give us advice sometimes. People are messengers, and that can also be shown. Mercury is also the messenger. Through communication, answers and guidance does come, but ultimately we can't be influenced, overly influenced by external forces. And I think that is something to have a look at with the dog, for example. When a dog goes on a walk, a lot of the times they have a collar and a leash, like they're being led by the owner. And wolves are just carefree, and they're just able to roam and do their thing. And just have a think about that in your own life. Like, are you really carving your own path, or has it been influenced by something outside of yourself? I feel that a lot of us have been influenced, and this is the theme that I was talking about in the new moon, about when we do hold a lot of strength, a lot of power, a lot of energy, a lot of forces outside of ourselves can try to take that away from us, to distract us, to make us forget. And we always hold that power within us to reclaim our power, to reclaim our light. And just some of these themes can definitely come up in this time of, because the moon is illuminating whatever we haven't been facing, whatever we haven't wanted to face, and what we need to now, what we're ready to heal, to release. It's time to really make sure we are super free in ourselves, in our being, that we're not tied to any chains or leashes in our life, that we're fully living and expressing ourselves fully authentically, not living in such an unhinged way like the wolf that goes killing things. We're not destroying things, but we're transmuting that energy. We're channeling it into something powerful and positive that's going to really bring more insight and needed wisdom into the world. Like, so many beautiful pieces of artwork, creativity, books have been written through people's trauma and people's pain. So channel your energy into something that the world can hear and see, because there's always a reason you're going through whatever you're going through, and you're going to get through that. You're going to be reborn, and you're going to have so much more clarity about life. And there is a reason that you've gone through whatever it is that you need to face in this time, that is bringing any pain or bringing any sort of deep, intense emotions. And you can help other people through that as well. So part of your purpose here is to share that knowledge, that wisdom with others in whatever way you choose to do. So this is a very intense and passionate full moon. It doesn't have to be all like doom and gloom. It is so powerful to go through this process of death and rebirth. And it's exciting to think about the fact that we are all going through a metamorphosis of some sort, and we will all be starting 2024 off really new, like reborn for a lot of us. And don't let any of this scare you or make you feel like there's something to be afraid of, because this is such a powerful time for us to really surrender and really go with the flow with whatever sort of thing wants to come up. It doesn't have to be chaotic. It can, the more you surrender and the more you really allow this process to unfold, the more enjoyable it will be. And it can be enjoyable. So I love you all. Tiger loves you all. He says hello. Yeah, have a beautiful full moon. I wish that you all have so much healing and clearing and cleansing and realigning, and I hope this process of death and rebirth for you all is so healing and aligned in all of the right ways. So I love you all. I will speak to you soon again in the next video. Take care.